move this way a little bit, please. Yeah, perfect, yeah. With Enid's hair today, we're working with dead, straight, thick hair. Her haircut's pretty much one length, so there's not that much volume going in through the top. I'm feeling like I want to create a bit of a wave through her hair. Nothing too strong, something nice and subtle to accentuate her beautiful face. So I'm thinking of maybe using a tong in her hair and bending it around her cheekbones to accentuate her eyes and her lips and cheekbones. But in her hair, it doesn't have much hold. So I'm going to be working with volume spray, it's volumizing spray, over here. And because we're going to be using a bit of heat, I'm going to be using the Thermoprotect. To be honest, her hair is really, really healthy, which in this case is going to be harder to keep hold of any movement that we put in it. So the Thermoprotect's quite good because it's going to protect the hair from the heat, plus it's going to add a little bit of texture, which will then turn into hold when I tong it. But for ultimate hold, I'm going to be using Ultimatum, which is a non-aerosol hairspray. It comes out, it smells a little bit like alcohol, but the alcohol dries, so it allows it to come through a pump, which is a little bit better for the environment. So I'm going to start again with dry hair, starting with the volumizing spray and spraying that onto her roots directly. And from there we'll go back to the Thermoprotect. It's quite good, the volumizing spray, because I can go from the roots to mid-lengths and wherever I want. But for this instance, we're going more so for the roots and then following it out to the front and the mid-lengths. I don't want to put any in the back because she's already got a lot of weight there from her hair. Can I start? And just by throwing it around in my hands, I can see where I eventually want the bend from the tong to sit. You're so good at this, have you done this before? So now I'm gonna rough dry after I finish using the volumizing spray with my blow dryer. Because I don't want to make it too big, I am gonna keep my nozzle on to concentrate the spray of heat. But I am going to blow it forward so it does give it a bit of volume on the roots. I'm going to add a little bit more in just for a bit more hold and volume. Can you breathe? That sounded not so convincing. Using the volumizing spray is also quite good for second day hair to revive a little bit. Just because Enid, you washed your hair how long ago? Yesterday. So she washed her hair yesterday, and we're just kind of revamping it, giving it a little bit of kick back into life. Even though it does look kind of scruffy at the moment, when we do go through with it and polish it off with a tong, it'll look a little bit fresher. Not that your hair is oily, because you use scalp shampoo by Davroe. So I'm going to spray in some Thermoprotect just around the front. Only a little bit, because we've already got hold in it from the volumizing spray. Now let's dry that in a little bit more. Now for our hold, I'm going to be going to Ultimatum, our hero product for today. This is going to be our product that I would normally say most hairstylists would use an aerosol hairspray. This being non-aerosol is quite nice because it doesn't go as wet or sticky as an aerosol can would. It's also better for the environment, which is the #1 priority of Davroe. I'll be spraying that once again around the front of the hair, and that's going to really seal in our heat tool. So just flick sprays. If it's too concentrated, it'll become too sticky, like a normal hairspray, but the range on this is quite good. The great thing about Ultimatum as well is it's brushable, so it doesn't leave any white marks in the hair after it's been combed or brushed. But it still has that hold in it. It also makes hair quite easy to be able to restyle. If you're on a shoot for a long day and you need to redo it, you just spray a little bit more in, brush it out, spray it in again, brush it out. But it adds that hold that you can't see but you can feel until you actually do the hair and it stays. So as you see now, Enid's hair looks exactly the same from when we started. But if I rough it up, it's got a texture in there that it didn't have before, so it's a lot easier to make it bigger. And that's going to really help with keeping this wave around the front of her hairline. Just taking 1 inch section from the top of her hairline, because that's all you're going to see, because Enid's hair is one length and dead straight. If I go through and tongue the bits underneath, it might make it a little bit too curly, so we want to keep it quite subtle. So we're only taking sections from the top and we're curling them, or waving them, should I say, back out. So when it drops, it'll curl in and frame her face. Does anyone know any jokes? Tough crowd, hey? So now I've finished with the tongue, I'm gonna go back through with some Ultimatum, and for a little bit of extra hold, just spray through, mist-like and whatnot. And give it a little brush / comb, because this is a comb, not a brush. And there you have it. Beautiful hair.